What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tay back with another video. Hope everyone's afternoon is going good. Mine's going good. But I want to tell y'all a story about how I started my clothing line and what inspired me to just do it. So you see this? I drew this picture my senior year. It was one night I was bored. I just felt like drawing something up. And I came up with this, Trust Your Vision. So let me take y'all back. Like I said, it was senior year, and get comfortable here. It was senior year. One night I just drew that picture or whatever. And this guy that I know, a great guy, shout out Mr. Dowd. Yo, I took this picture to him and I showed it to him. I was like, yo, Mr. Dowd, look what I did last night. Look what I drew. I showed him. He was like, yeah, that's pretty dope. I was like, thank you. He was like, yo, you could do something with this? And I was like, what you mean do something? Do what? And he was saying, like, you could possibly make a clothing line maybe and put it on a t-shirt or something. And I didn't even think to do that. I didn't think to do that at all until he mentioned it. I sat on it for a little bit and I was like, I could do something different. I could, put it on a t-shirt and possibly start clothing, whatever. So, he sat me down on a program. We were on a program on the computer. And, he was just playing with different, ideas and everything. We was playing with, the different tools and creative option you could do on the program or whatever. And we was just playing around. And that's how I came up with this logo. This logo right here. You see it? It's a T, and then the Y, and then a V right in the middle. Mr. Dowd helped me with that as well. So, yo, Mr. Dowd was like a big help. Mr. Dowd was a big help with this process. He really was. Like, if he never, mentioned that to me, that I should start a clothing line, I probably wasn't even going to do it. Honestly, it was just something I wanted to draw. It was just something I drew. I was bored. And who would have knew that this simple picture inspires so many people and, has a message behind it that people could relate to, people could connect to, I should say. I started doing clothing for the last 2 years now. It's going on 3. And I have to say, like, I'm getting so much feedback, positive feedback. I'm getting so much of it. Like, everybody's just hitting me up left and right. Like, yo, when you gonna come out with more shirts? When you gonna come out with, more designs and, more, different attire, like shorts, headbands, different stuff like that. I'm sweating. It's hot out here. But, yeah, just people just, a lot of people just showing how much they like this. Like, they like this movement. And, it's just a different, it's a different feeling because I never saw myself 2-3 years ago in this position right now to make clothing. I've never seen myself in this position at all. I didn't expect this at all. Like, that wasn't in my plans. It wasn't my intentions to start a clothing brand, I should say. I've always had a thing for clothing, but I've never wanted to, take my time out to come up with different clothing ideas and everything. But, yo, this Trust Your Vision wave is it's powerful. It's very powerful for me. And, as the years go on, it just connects with me stronger and stronger every year. Like, look at this scripture that I got. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keeps the law, happy is he. Proverbs 29:18. That scripture was brought to me by my dad. Now, he's huge in the Bible and everything. I wanted to I knew there was a scripture in the Bible, I just ain't know exactly where. I wanted to put a verse from the Bible that relates to the message Trust Your Vision on the shirts. And I wanted to do that for a reason, because my Trust Your Vision clothing is deeper than just putting product out there and just putting clothing out there. It's a message behind it. It's something deeper than just clothing. It's something deeper than just materialistic items. It's something deeper than waiting. It's something way deeper than that. Trust your vision. What that means to me, you have to really trust your vision. Simple as that. You have to trust your vision. Whatever journey you on, whatever path that you on, yo, don't feel discouraged. Don't second guess yourself, bro. Just take your path. Whatever is in front of you, take that path and just trust your vision. Simple as that. Trust your vision. Like, the purpose behind Trust Your Vision, though, is basically like, you know, say if you you know, taking a car ride or a car trip or whatever, you know, you just driving, having a nice cruise, and you just see something weird right ahead in front of you. You see something weird, and you like, what is that? Like, you just looking and you just see something. Like, are you gonna ask yourself like, yo, what is that? Or are you gonna tell yourself like, nah, I'm just tripping, I'm just seeing things? Like, bro, if you see something, then you actually see something. That's something that you see. Trust your vision. Trust your vision, bro. It's like, whatever you see, that's your imagination. You can make your imagination, you know, come true. In a way, not exactly come true, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you imagine something and you see it, that's your imagination just, you know, playing with you. You see something. It's like you seeing something in the dark, because your imagination, you see something. That's something that you brought to your sight. That's something that you imagined. That's something that you brought in tune with yourself. So now, like, you actually see it. It's just small things like that. And where I want to go with this Trust Your Vision movement with my clothing, I want to touch millions and millions and millions of people. I'm going to touch millions and millions and millions of people. Straight like that. But that's what I want to do. Now, I don't have a time limit on when I'm going to touch those millions of people, but I know it's going to happen eventually. I'm just going to keep putting this out for people. I'm just going to keep grinding this out. I'm going to come out with a lot more, you know, clothing, attire for people. Like, people just asking, like, when you going to come out with different stuff. And right now, I'm trying to grind these shirts out. I'm grinding these hoodies out. Shirts and hoodies, that's all I'm, like, really focused on right now. I'm not really worried about, you know, all the shorts and, you know, book bags and all the different other stuff. I'm not really worried about that right now. What I want to specifically do is keep putting different colors and hoodies and shirts out. That's good enough for me. And then I'm going to come out with the extra stuff later on. When I get my website popping, you know, I'm going to have everything lined up. It's just going to be smooth like butter. Like, it's just going to work out. So, you know, I want everyone to just bear with me. You know, I have more stuff coming, more and more stuff coming. Like, you don't understand. Nah, but this is a life-changing move for me. Like, Trust Your Vision, my clothing is going to really change my life. It's not even going to just change my life, it's going to change everyone else's life. Just by how deep the meaning is. It's deeper than, you know, most clothing. It's deeper than, you know, it's deeper than designer, it's deeper than all of that. It's just a message behind it. And you could take that message into how you want to take it. The message could be different to other people, but it's how you take the message in. You know, you could relate to it in so many different ways. You could have a different testimony to it, just everything. Everyone could have a different perspective about it. So that's what I want. When I sell these shirts to people, I want someone to tell me, like, your clothing is different. And a good different. I want them to be like, It has a meaning behind it. That's what I like to hear from different people. Now, don't tell me that now since I said this on this video. Like, I want you to really mean that. Like, I want you to really realize, like, yo, this really have a meaning behind it. Like my boy Ron the other day, he bought a shirt for me or whatever. He was saying like, yo, like your clothing really do have a meaning behind it. It has a purpose. I love hearing that, bro, because that's what I want people to realize. How deep the shirt could be, how deep the message could be. So, yeah, it's a great feeling. Like again, shout out to Mr. Dowd again for even, bringing this idea to me to start a clothing line. Cause I honestly wasn't thinking about it. Like I said earlier, I wasn't thinking about it at all. It was just something I drew. So for him, to bring that idea up to me, now like I'm making, a little money off of it, off of my creation. And I have plenty of more stuff that I'm working on. But Trust Your Vision, I think this may be the biggest accomplishment that I've came across to start up a clothing line, if you ask me. I'm definitely going to work on more designs, though, in the future. But I don't think no one's ever going to get tired of Trust Your Vision, just because how deep it is. I'm going to make a lot more clothing that has meaning behind it, that has messages in it. That's what I'm going to do with my clothing. I'm not just going to make clothing just for the money. I want to inspire others. I want to, change their lives in a way. Even if it's a slight way that I change their life, I just want to change the way they look at life a different way, though. I want them to look at life a different way, in a good way. You just gotta trust your vision, bro. Every day I wake up, I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of what I did. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. It's just so much that I've accomplished in this year. Even though the pandemic's going on and a lot of chaos is going on, I still got through. And I'm still paving the way for myself. And I'm still paving the way to better myself as a person day in and day out. And that's what life is all about. I'm trusting my vision. I'm trusting my intuition, my third eye. Trust your vision. Like, I just reached a whole different stage of my life. I reached a higher point of myself. And my clothing brand definitely enhanced me as a person. I know I just said spiritually awakened. That'll be another video that I work on. But Trust Your Vision can actually relate to your third eye, your intuition, your awareness. You have to always be aware, though. Like, always be aware. But yeah, I got more clothing on the way, more hoodies, more shirts. The summer's still alive, so I'm putting out these orange Trust Your Vision shirts. Everybody seems to like them. I'm happy that everybody likes it. I'm happy that everybody, likes my product too. Like, I ain't disappoint anybody. More people wants more product and everything, but I didn't disappoint them with the way my design came out with it. At least I think I didn't. But I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep putting this out for y'all. I'm going to keep doing my thing with the clothing best as I can. And I appreciate all my supporters. I appreciate all my day ones, constantly buying these shirts from me. Because honestly, if I wasn't seeing any progress, then I probably wouldn't have any motivation to keep going with the clothing line. But the amount of love and support that I get behind it, it just makes me, it just drives me. I have to keep going with it. I have to keep going. So I appreciate y'all. My link below is going to be where y'all can follow my clothing page at, TYV_clothing. You can get any updates, feedback. And I hope that I touch somebody and I inspire somebody with this video on, my story or my path, how I started my clothing line. So, You know, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. And, you know, if you're interested in getting some Trust Your Vision clothing, like I said, TYV_clothing, that's my Instagram. Just contact me through there. My business information is in the link. So, y'all get with me. Stay out of here. This the original right here. Whoa. First Trust Your Vision shirt that I ever made.